What's going on, everybody? It's the Hook Cam back again with another film breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Cleveland Browns' upset win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do just want to say I'm super happy for the Browns team, that franchise, and for those fans, man. That fan base has been through a tremendous amount of turmoil. They finally get that first win. I wouldn't really call it a curse, I don't think. I don't know. I don't necessarily know the history of it to call it a curse. But it was a lull. It was a definite playoff lull. I think it was their first playoff win since... it was either the 90s or the 60s. I know that's quite the time range there, but it was somewhere around there. Either way, incredible win for the Browns. Very happy for them. Before I dive too far into this and explain why the Browns won, if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to my channel, The Hook Cam, as well as to Jackson Kruger Sports. That would mean the world to both of us. Okay, let's dive into this film. What I will say about the Browns is that they asserted their will against the Pittsburgh Steelers in almost every sense of the word. Right, and they ran the rock at will. Baker looked good throwing it. Was he perfect? No, but he did what he needed to do to be successful. And of course, I will say that the Pittsburgh Steelers had probably one of their worst nights, definitely of the year. I mean, Big Ben incompletions, defensive mishaps, interceptions, fumbles, everything you could name, they had it, and it was absolutely abysmal for them. And I think that a lot of people would admit that it was a tough game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this film. Okay, what were the Browns doing running the football? They ran wide zone so well on Sunday night. So well. It was so impressive to see this. So with this play right here, this is a great example. We're going to get wide zone to the weak side, right, to the boundary. Not necessarily that the boundary is the weak side, but this would be your strength. This is going to be your weak side right here. And what you get with this is you get great angles, okay? So you basically have 3-on-3 with these three cats right here. Now, it's not as straight up as it would seem. It really isn't, because you'll see 95 off the snap. He spikes from a 3-tech into this A-gap right here. Boom. That's really tough to block, because a lot of times this dude doesn't see it coming. This dude, by the way, 64, absolute stud. Absolute stud. I would say he's the MVP of this game. Legitimately, this guy is a big part of the reason why the Browns won. So what's going to happen? 95 is going to spike. 64 is going to pick him up. Boom, right like that. That's a great job, right? We're moving laterally. We're taking that bucket step off the snap. I mean, that's exactly what you want, losing ground. So that way, as this guy works upfield, right, he's coming in with the head of steam. You can work your helmet around it, get to that play side. That's an outstanding job right there. Even better so for the guard to not get caught up by 95 spiking, right? 95 doesn't get caught up, or excuse me, my guard doesn't get caught up by 95 spiking. He puts his arm out there. He's going to help out his center a little bit. And now we're working up to 34, right? Like that. Great job. Take 34 where he wants to go. And Nick Chubb's doing the rest, finishing this run off strong. Outstanding job on that wide zone. Really, really cool stuff. And we'll see it again later. Now with this play right here, we're going to get good old fashioned trap. I mean, this is the stuff that dreams are made of. There's nothing like a great trap play. There just isn't. And this is just an outstanding job across the board. So what we're going to get with this, and what I mean by trap, for those of you who don't know, okay, he's probably, right, job-wise, he's probably working here to here, okay? In fact, I believe that he might work farther down. Yeah, he works farther down, and that tight end's going to work to the mic, okay? So 71, my tackle, he's going to work into his gap and then down to whoever the next man over is, right? He's not working to the mic. He's working to a backer who would be here, or if 90 folds in, that's who he would be working to. So he works here, he checks his gap, 95 works inside, so we're just going to keep climbing. Really good job by him. Now, my tight end over here, Austin Hooper, does an outstanding job. And the reason why I love this is because he gives that little jab to begin with. Boom, that right there. What's that going to do? It's going to make this dude hesitate just a little bit. And now he's trying to get hands on you. Well, guess what? You're out of the way. He's working down to this mic. Really, really cool stuff. You got to love stuff like that. I love doing stuff like that, especially if you're a tackler or a guard. You get to give that little jab step. Makes you feel athletic. Nothing like it in the world. Now, the rest of our offensive line, we're blocking down right here. 71 right here, I believe he's doing the trapping in this play, right? So he's working. Oh, he's open pulling. He's trying to kick out 56. That's just absolutely beautiful. That's just outstanding. Working down. It looks like he's trying to cut. 56 tries to wrong arm. Does not work well for him. And we absolutely move that dude. 77 is who that is. Really good job by him. And then 71, I love this right here. The rookie, I believe, he just keeps working upfield, keep working upfield, find somebody to block. Doesn't necessarily do a great job on that, but whenever you get out in open space as an offensive lineman, things are going to get weird. So back to their wide zone. Right now we got Kareem Hunt in the game, and this is part of the reason why the Cleveland Browns are so good. They can roll their backs and always keep somebody fresh, and that's always going to be a problem for a defense. So with this play right here, we're getting the exact same thing. Now we're getting wide zone. Guess what? We're going to keep running it until you can stop it. That's exactly what the Browns did. They kept running it and kept running it and kept running it. Steelers probably knew what was coming, right? They knew what was coming. The other thing that I think is interesting about this is that it looks to me like they're in their 11 personnel, and the Steelers don't look like they have the personnel to match up with this. I mean, this box right here is not going to win you football games against a team that can pound the rock like the Browns can. So what we do on this is we basically, these two guys are working 56 to whoever that force guy is over here, right? Boom. So tight end takes 56, 71's just going to keep working up. There's your force guy. He's going to pick him up. Really good job from those two comboing that. Now we're going to move to the guard, the play side guard in the center. And this is where the play was made. Cameron Hayward is an outstanding defensive tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? He's going to be tough to reach. Really good job on my guard getting there. Cameron Hayward wants to try and sit in that gap where we use that shot put technique and shot put our arm out right like that, move him out of the way, right? But we also create a seam for Kareem Hunt. Now, the play is made once again by the center, 64. He does a great job of tracking this linebacker, okay? If you're a center, and I've been in this position, you're a center, I'm a center. I'm not the most athletic dude in the world. I'll be the first guy to admit it. Chances are this guy, a lot more athletic than this guy, right? It's just how football is. But he does a great job of tracking this guy, not getting too far out in front so he can spill backside and make a play. Throttles down right there. He opens up that arm so he can't get backside. Boom. And works him. And you know what? Fine. I'll wear the hit. That's fine. But you're not making the play. Kareem Hunt finishes off this run with a touchdown. And the Browns are up, I believe, 14 points. Might have been 21 at that point. Either way, you get what I'm saying. Now, creativity with the running game. What are we getting this time? Their goal line run packages, by the way, were outstanding. Right here, we're going to get a little pin and pull. Nothing like a good pin and pull, just like there's nothing like a good trap. What we're going to get here, 85, David Njoku is going to work down and hit 56. We're going to pull our tackle, and guess what? 64. Once again, we're going to pull our center. Do you guys know how hard this is to pull on a play like this, especially in the NFL? Pretty good athletes up there. So what we get with this, right? We're going to pull here, we're going to pull here, we're blocking down here, we're blocking down here, all around, right? What are we trying to do with this, though? Because we know backers are going to come and fill. He's working outside first, right? He's going to look to kick out. Since he doesn't see anybody out there, now he's working upfield. But is he going to turn all the way around and get 98? No, because it doesn't make sense in football. So what we're going to do is 64, who's coming around here, he's looking inside out in this situation, right? Boom, he looks inside. There's 98 right there, works to his upfield shoulder. We get there. He can't get a hand on Kareem Hunt. He'll do the rest. Touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job running the football from the Cleveland Browns. Now getting into a little bit of Baker Mayfield, and I didn't want to spend forever on this because it was very clear to me that the Steelers did not respect Baker Mayfield. And I'll show you guys with their coverage right here. All the Steelers do is run cover one, right? Boom, boom, boom. We're manned up across the board. This dude's going to rob down. We're going to roll back right here with our safety. He stays kind of on that side, which I think is kind of weird. But all the Browns run with this little combination that we see at the bottom, right? You motion Jarvis Landry across, which is probably why this safety doesn't roll into the middle of the field. They're probably trying to bracket this dude right here. He works up and in like that, and then we run a corner right here. And like I said before, was Baker outstanding in this game? No. But did he do what he needed to win the football game? 100%. Baker didn't wow anybody with what he did, but he made the smart play, and this is a great example of that, right? We got a big third down right here. Okay, young quarterbacks are probably going to try and force this ball, especially when we're getting pressure, right? We got this dude coming off the edge. We're dropping here. We're dropping curl flat, or excuse me, hook curl with this dude. We're all over the map, right? But what do? Do we try and force a ball downfield? Do we try and rip a curl to Jarvis Landry? And nope. All we're going to do is toss this thing off to our back, live to fight another down. That's exactly what you do. When you have athletes like Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, I would always advise dumping them the rock, especially when they have the space. Now, Baker wasn't outstanding, but like I said, he made the smart play. So when your Q's feeling it and he's making the smart play, you have no problem going empty. Zero problem going empty. Let this dude feel it. Let him make the right decision. Offensive line does a really good job blocking on this play, giving Baker the time to survey the whole field. And once again, just like I said before, right, they're going to isolate number 3. I said this in the video. I remember saying this in the How the Browns Can Beat the Steelers video. They're going to isolate this dude who's working in front of number 3, which is exactly what happens here, right? Baker checks the field. He's working, it looks, from this side over. Okay, this dude's on number 3 right here. We give a little option route for Jarvis Landry. He works in, back outside. Nice and easy pickup for a first down. Stuff like that is how they beat the Steelers. They didn't play outside of themselves. They played within their boundaries. They just were smart about how they played. And this is the first touchdown for Baker Mayfield. Now, with this play right here, this is kind of that disrespect that I'm talking about. And I don't mean in the literal sense of like, oh, you're disrespecting him. But no, not at all. I'm saying that if you have confidence in your defense as a defensive coordinator, you're going to do stuff like this because you trust in your defense to get there before Baker's going to get this ball off or before this offense is going to do the right thing, right? But what I like about this is their pre-snap motion, because you're going to start confusing corners, right? This dude's bumping off because it looks like Jarvis is working all the way out. He doesn't, so he ends up staying on Austin Hooper, it looks like. Yep, he does. He works with Hooper, right? You create that space right there, but what I like about this is their combination getting off the line of scrimmage, because you work here, you create a little bit of traffic for this dude to work through over the top. Now, he's got enough space, though, so that he can work over there, so it's not that big of a deal. But when you stem Jarvis Landry out like that and then work him across the field, this dude's going to be at a disadvantage, because a lot of times this ball is getting out quick. So it works out like he's going to stem this thing to the outside. We're going to rip that quick arrow route. He puts his foot in the ground. Great route from Jarvis Landry. Creates that separation. I mean, cover one, when you get stuff like that, you have to depend on your safety to make a tackle. You have to depend on your corner to be tight in coverage. Man coverage is risky to play, and the Steelers got burnt in that situation. Now, this play right here, right, this is the third down that kind of salted everything for the Browns. It's just good play calling right here. That's all I can say about it. Third down, you know you're going to get heat. Dump that thing off to Nick Chubb. The one little coaching point I will say is that running backs, when they see two defenders, right, him and him, C2 split 2 is usually what they do. So as he's working upfield, instead of trying to take this thing to the outside and end up getting run down by this dude, C2 split 2. So there's your two guys. We're going to split those two cats right there. Boom. And we're upfield for a big time gain and a touchdown to salt this thing away. Really good job from the Browns offense in this game. It was very, very impressive. And now moving on to a little bit of the defensive side of the ball. This play has nothing to do with schematics. This play is all about this nose tackle wanting to win the football game. And it sounds cheesy, it sounds corny, but that's exactly what this is. This is a 3rd and short to keep the driver alive for the Steelers. They're down early. He just puts his helmet right in Marquise Pouncey's chest. Marquise Pouncey's an absolute stud, by the way. Phenomenal play by 65 in that situation. And then the couple of things I will say about the Browns, what they did do. On 3rd down, a few times they did bring some fire zones. And like I said, to me, the Browns defensively, this wasn't a game that they just out-schemed the Steelers. This was a game that Big Ben had a horrible day, and they won a few downs. I don't want to make it sound like the Browns just didn't win anything on defense and it was all offense or it was all the Steelers. No, like the Browns did play very well defensively. I'm not taking anything away from them. But if you had to ask me, like, which was it more, the Steelers playing bad or the Browns playing good, I would say the Steelers played worse than the Browns played good. Now with this right here, this is pretty cool. They just run a little fire zone. All fire zone means is that basically you're bringing pressure and then you run a zone coverage behind it. So the Browns are going to end up running cover 3. Boom, boom, and boom, right here, he's looking to this curl flat, but since he has no threat, he's just going to work upfield with this dude right here. And then, of course, you bring your heat underneath it, which is exactly what happens. But what it does to a quarterback is it's going to mess with him because he wants to throw his hot right now, but his hot's probably not looking. His hot's not looking, so we're right here. He's going to make that play. So he's got to look to the backside, which we know is covered because we're running 3 on the backside. Just a good job of messing with him a little bit. He ends up going back to the other side of the field. My bad about that. But just those little wrinkles in coverage that I did see, that I did notice mess with Big Ben. And then here's another example of it, right? They're running a fire zone, but they end up dropping into 2. This is pretty cool. Whenever you got this dude up on the line or closer to the line, it looks like you're going to run 1 with a robber right here. He ends up dropping back into 2, boom, boom. And then what I do like about this is they end up dropping their nose tackle to work in front of 3. I just think things like this are so funny. He's working out to number 3, make friction because he's close to the line of scrimmage. Good job there. And then the one thing I will say about this play is as the safety's dropping back, he notices emphasis. He's got nothing working towards him. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback, who he knows is working right to this cat, and look at him close on this thing and make a big play on third down. That's just an outstanding play by that safety in that situation for the Cleveland Browns. So anyway, guys, I got a ton of editing to do with this video, so I'm going to get out of here. Cleveland Browns fans, congratulations on your win against the Pittsburgh Steelers. It does not end there, though. It will be interesting to see how they play against the Kansas City Chiefs. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you did, if you could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to my channel, The Hook Cam, as well as to Jackson Kruger Sports. That's all I got for you guys today. I'll be back in more week with going to be some predictions, I think. I think I'm done with the breakdowns for last weekend. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. See you next time. Wash those hands, and I'll see you later.